Okay, we're going to move on into showing you how to first get off the ropes. And then I'm going to show you how to keep somebody on the ropes should you get them there. But basically, it goes back to the same thing we was talking about earlier, being eye level and getting your weight where it should be. If I'm on the ropes, as I leave the center of the ring going toward the ropes, I may be in this position with my weight in the center where it's supposed to be. But the closer I get toward the ropes, the more my weight is shifted to my left foot until such time as my right foot touches this bottom rope. Now let me go through that again. Is if I'm backing up to the ropes, I'm in the center of the ring and the guy's got me going backwards, the further I go back, the more my body weight comes forward so that I can feel the bottom rope with my leg. Now when my leg hits that bottom rope, that tells me one of two things really. Number one, I need to either pivot and go, or just go without pivoting, or it tells me that I should get eye level and prepare for his onslaught. Because if I'm not eye level with him, if I'm up here and he gets me up on these ropes and gets my back up against these ropes like this, anything I get hit with, I absorb all of it. Whereas if I got my weight on my left foot as he makes body contact with me, I've got this much give. I'd say it probably a 2 foot of give by keeping my weight here and him hitting me and knocking me into the ropes. Now as I go to the ropes here, don't forget I've got all my weight here. That releases this leg. Okay? So I can go either way with that leg. But it's real important that as you approach the ropes, that the closer you get to the ropes, the more you get your weight forward, and the more you're into staying eye level or lower. When that foot hits those ropes, you can, like I say, you can either do your pivots or go ahead and make body contact with your weight on your left foot so that you have room to give. Okay? And that is super important. Now, Mike, let's just imagine that I'm taking you to these ropes right here. You and I are eye level, okay? Mm-hmm. All right, now as you go back, you take your right foot. Okay, now is your weight shifting out here? Is your foot, now when your foot touches that, let's see a pivot, either way, okay? Or let's go the other way, pivot the other way, all right? Now then let's brace up for contact. You got your weight on your left foot? Yep. All right, let's go shoulder to shoulder here. Then get rid of me. There you go. You didn't have to make the move backwards. Just make shoulder to shoulder contact and then get rid of me right there. Just take your right foot around. Do it again, shoulder to shoulder. There you go. And stay eye level. You want to be careful not to get up when you make that pivot. Now get up high. I'll show you why. Here, if he makes a pivot high and I pivot with him and hook, I catch him standing straight up. The idea is that when he pivots, he takes his head out first by going shoulder to shoulder. Then he makes his pivot and stays low so that I can't turn to even see him. I have to look for him when I get ready to try to find him. Okay. Another thing too is if I'm going to take him to the ropes, being I am the aggressor now. This is from the other end of the spectrum. This is me taking you to the ropes and me taking you to a corner and wanting to keep you there. Come here. I'm going to take him until his foot hits those ropes, and then I'm going to stop. Okay? I'm not going to chase him right on into the ropes, because if I chase him into the ropes, he can pivot, he can turn me, he can push my head down, he can do whatever he wants to. At the instant I may see him make contact on those ropes, I'm chasing him, I'm eye level, and he hits that rope right there. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start feinting, and I'm going to make him commit. I'm going to make him commit before I do anything. I'm the aggressor. I took him to the ropes, so I'm going to feint him and make him go that way, and if he goes that way, I'm going to throw the wide right to the body. If he goes that way, I'm going to shoot the left hook. But then I'm going to follow with a combination. I'm not going to try to take him to the ropes and just rush in and get him. I'm going to make him make a commitment. I'll feint him and make him come out to me. I'll feint him and make him go this way, or I'll feint him and make him go that way, or I'll feint him and make him throw one punch or another. If he throws a straight right hand, I'll slip it here, I'll hit him here, and then I'll go. If he throws a jab at me, I might take it here and go over the top, or I might just slip it here and go on in to where I want to go. But one thing's for sure, when he hits them ropes, I'm just not going to follow him right on in and let him get rid of me or tie me up or whatever else. So the idea is to keep him on the ropes. Now if he starts to move this way, I'm right here. If he moves the other way, I'm right here. If he tries to go on out that way, I'm here, and I'm going to catch him, boom, boom, and I'm going to knock him up in the corner here with my shoulders or whatever else to keep him there. But one thing I'm not going to do is chase him into the ropes as he gets there. Super important that your eye level are lower as he goes to those ropes. The instant he hits them ropes, it's super important that you don't overextend yourself to give him the opportunity to get away. So I hope that's understandable, okay? If I want to get out of the ropes and a guy's leaning on me, come here, Mike. Well, let me get over here. You lean on me. If, say, he's just leaning on me and butting me up or whatever else he wants to do, I'll take both hands just like this with boxing gloves on, and I will push him all the way to the canvas if I have to. If he won't go all the way to the canvas, like if he just goes down right there and he's battling it, I'm going to take him and get rid of him right here. I am not going to let him get under here and butt me to death. I'll take his head here. If I can't pull him down, I'll shove him over this way. Or I'll take this hand here and I'll shove him this way. But I am not going to let him pursue underneath me, get me up, and butt me all over my face. That's why you have to practice these things in the ring. You can't just expect them to happen. You say, well, I know how to do it, so when I get in there, I'll do it. No, that's not true. That's not true. What you need to do is take a sparring partner and get in the ring and have your coach stand here and show you the different ways to do things with a headgear and everything on so that you can practice these things without getting butted and so that you can go through many repetitions of them. Now let's go through what we've been through so far. Well, number one is as I start going backwards toward the ropes, I have my weight in the center here, but the closer I get to the ropes, the more I get my weight forward. When I hit these ropes, okay, I'm going to do either one of two things. I'm either going to brace and get ready for him and give myself this much room in which to catch his onslaught, or else I'm going to pivot and get away from him. All right? Now, if I can't get away from him and he gets underneath me, come here. I'm going to take him and I'm going to push him all the way to the floor. Or if he's really resisting and I'm pushing him to the floor, I'll take him and spin him into the corner either, or out this way or whatever else to get rid of him. And I'm not one bit past being eye level with him like this. Come here, and taking him and getting rid of him. Say, come on underneath me. Taking and getting rid of him this way. And we're talking about professional boxing here. We're talking about the meat on your table. We're talking about the beans your family eats. So we ain't talking nice. We're talking professionalism and doing the things you have to do in order to win this fight. And if anytime a guy's taking you to the ropes and he's trying to butt you, it don't make sense to me anyway. It might to some pacifist, but it don't make sense to me if somebody's trying to butt me in the face that I'm going to sit there and let them do it and not do anything about it. So basically, that's a lot on infighting. But the most important things you can remember on infighting and the ropes is that these elbows right here are like two handlebars. I mean, it don't take anything. If you've got your head outside the other guy and you take these two fingers right here, you can turn him. I don't care if he weighs 300 pounds. You can turn him because he's got his weight over there. You got your weight to the outside. Same thing on the other side. If you're here, you can take this elbow and do the same thing. And I'll tell you something else. If a guy's bent over forward, Mike, and you got your hand on top of his head, I promise you that anything he hits you with is going to have no leverage because his back is bent. Try to raise up with your back bent. You can't raise up. Now, of course, if he had his back straight, straighten your back and bend your legs. He could raise up. But this guy that's over pursuing you into the ropes is not going to be that way. When you're on these ropes, again, it's super important that you are aware of where those ropes are at all time. When that leg touches those ropes, that tells you where you're at. You can either get away or you can stay there and fight. But either way, you know, you're allowing yourself some room by keeping your weight over that left foot. A lot of your butts during a professional fight or amateur fight still, a lot of your butts come from the fact that people do not know how to get rid of the head. Come here. If me and him are boxing and I throw a jab and he falls straight in on me with his head, he's going to butt me right square in the face. Well, if I'm any kind of smart at all, when I throw that jab and he's falling in on me, I'm going to take my right foot out and pull him down. Same thing as if I throw an inside right here and he slips it inside and tries to come in, I'm going to throw him down. You have to. You ain't going to get away no other way. You're going to run right into his face, with his head, with your face, if you do it any other way. So again, I hope this ain't complicated to you. I hope you understand it. If you watch this and you say, man, that's confusing, go back over this same tape a few times and get to the point that you understand completely. If there's anything in this thing you don't understand, don't be afraid to back it up and watch it again, because this is the most complex end of boxing. This is advanced techniques in boxing. And what you might call dirty boxing, this is professional boxing. It's not dirty boxing. This is what the real world is all about. So you want to learn as much of this as you can. If you choose to use it, you can. If you don't choose to use it, that's your business. But if you're going to be champion of the world someday, I promise you, you will come to a time that you have to use this.